Stranger Things season 5 is finally here, and just like most people, I sat on the couch like a fucking degenerate and watched as much as it is possible because we waited 9 years for this finally to come to an end, for this series to finally have its conclusion. And each season has been pretty good. Now, I've always thought this about Stranger Things, that it's not something I could really binge watch. If I wouldn't have been watching it as it came out throughout these years, I would have never started it. But I watched season 1 when it came out way back in the day, and I've just watched each new season as it has arrived. It's not really a show I think you could binge. For my main reasons, I think it gets a little bit repetitive. But as someone who watches it when it comes out, and who is a fan, it's not my favorite show in the world, but when it comes back around every 2 to 3 years, I always give it a watch. I think it's a good show. It's fun. So as a fan going into season 5, I was pretty excited because the characters are a lot, or I guess not really, the actors are a lot older, and I heard things about, like, rumblings about this show getting a little more violent, going more towards rated R, because the show kind of grew up with its audience, and that kind of excites me because it just makes it sound like a lot better of a show, not this like Scooby Doo gang bullshit, right? Well, so far in season 5, the first 3 or 4 episodes, this is a spoiler warning, of course. We already are getting the Scooby Doo gang bullshit, in my opinion. It's okay. It's not bad. It's fine. It's good. There's things I like about it. I think that Will's character is finally becoming a character that's actually like decent. There's just more things I don't like about it so far than I do like. It's not horrible. It's not bad. And I still have faith that the rest of the season, when it comes out, will be good. Like, it's building towards something. I can really see it setting up a lot. One thing I really, really dislike about this season is the relationship between Dustin and Steve. Like, I understand all this little weird bickering thing. They don't really fuck with each other right now. They're mad at each other thing is always gonna it's gonna come to an end where they're in a serious moment and they're like, "I love you, bro. I only was like that because you were like, well, I was only like that because you're growing apart from me and I wanted to just hang out more." And then one of them's gonna die to save the rest of them, and they're gonna have this really nice, intimate bro ship moment. It's pretty obvious to what they're building to. I don't really think it's worth it. I think that their relationship was fun and it kept the show fun, and this bickering just feels really, really forced and lame and honestly out of character for both of them. Like, literally in dangerous situations, they are just shitting on each other at every single turn, and I don't really like it. I get what they're doing. I'm just not really a fan. The other thing that I don't, or I'll say one thing I do like about this is the villain Vecna is fucking sick, and I'm intrigued because I really don't know what the fuck is going on. But that is also one of my complaints, is I don't know what the fuck is going on ever. I don't know if I'm just stupid, but like, the military and the Upside Down and Vecna are all the bad guys, but the military also hates Vecna, and they're trying to understand the Upside Down, and I don't really understand why the military is our bad guy. I mean, they're hunting 11, which is why we don't like them. But why are they hunting 11 again? I really don't understand. That's probably my bad, not the show's bad. But I completely don't understand why they want her, because she's the power. They're going to harness her power to destroy the Upside Down. But if that was the case, wouldn't our main cast like want to work with the government on that? And um, so I don't really understand that. Now, her relationship with Eleven and Hopper, I think, is kind of cool. I like seeing them both in the Upside Down together. Hop's looking pretty dope with his fucking beanie and his beard and shit, and she's all right. She looks cool. She's doing her thing. Her powers have increased. She had a big power jump in this off season time, little time jump, power jump. One thing that I don't like about this season is the fact that the characters look like they're 25 years old and they're wearing backpacks and hanging out by the lockers. That shit, it just takes me right out of it. It's so hard to take serious when they're riding bikes and shit, and they literally look like they're 25. Not a lot you could do about that. I understand they want the characters to stay in the same age, and these kids have grown up. It's been 9 years. Like, I don't know what else they could do, but oh, I know what they could do. Maybe let's release the seasons like a normal fucking TV show and not wait 2 to 3 years in between each one. If they did that, then this whole thing would look a lot better and it would be a lot cleaner. Um, I thought it was cool. The attack on the Wheeler's house was a really cool moment that I haven't seen a lot in the Stranger Things, just the violence of it, the fear of it. But one thing that I really don't understand is the Demogorgons. How the fuck did she hurt that thing with a wine bottle to where it's bleeding and Eleven could track its blood? That makes literally zero sense to me. These things are like godlike fucking creatures that eat bullets like it's breakfast. And you're telling me this drunk mom with a wine bottle injured it so bad that it was bleeding, and then injured it so bad when it was bleeding that it started to slow down. And Eleven and Hopper were like, we're getting closer. It's slowing down. That's absurd to me. I really don't understand that. I don't know. Upside Down as a whole just doesn't seem like a threat anymore. Jonathan and Nancy's relationship is boring and I could care less about it. I don't understand what the whole like engagement thing is a big deal. Her mom and dad just almost died and her sister is missing. And Jonathan is a nothing burger character. I wish Jonathan was more worried about protecting Will and being a part of Will's arc rather than Nancy's family's arc, because Will is turning out to be one of the more interesting characters in the show. Wow. Nancy's just being dope. She's just normal Nancy. She's all right. She's cool. She's fine. Whatever. So I don't know. I really don't understand how Will got superpowers. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me because 11 has it from this government experiment. Same with the 11 sister chick and Vecna. They all came from the same government experiment program. But Will just got it because he can tap into Vecna. So he's like half Vecna. So he gets some of Vecna's powers. But the whole time, wouldn't you think that they need to blindfold Will because Vecna can probably fucking see everything Will's seeing if Will can see everything Vecna's seeing? So when they have this plan with the whole barn when they kidnap the family and then they're gonna fucking, we need to hide where the kid's at so the Demogorgon attacks the decoy and we're gonna fucking again Scooby-Doo their ass basically with these little gizmos and little booby traps, Home Alone style, at the barn where Will's at with Joyce and the little douchebag Derek or whatever. Wouldn't Vecna just be able to see through Will's eyes and know exactly where they're at the entire time? But no, Vecna saw through Derek's eyes when he got the blindfold off. That's how the Demogorgon knew. But how come he could not tap through Will's eyes? Does he not know Will is able to do this shit? Is this just complete mystery to Vecna, the dude that can literally trap people inside nightmares and dreams and fucking destroy a whole army in 2 seconds? Can't understand that a random kid with no powers is looking through his own eyes? That's a little weird, but I like Will actually being a cool character. Um, yeah, that's about it. So far, it's decent. I'm like, I have hope for the rest of the season, but so far, it's been a little bit boring. It's been a little bit predictable and repetitive. Like, the fucking dude, the plot armor in this show is just getting a little ridiculous, dude. It's starting to feel like The Walking Dead, where you're just like, I know this character's not going to die, so I don't even stress anymore. Like, our main big government villain lady left Hopper with that alien monster from the underground, or fuck, what's it called? Upside Down. And she showed him the button, the cold button, the hot button, and she left him within reaching distance of these buttons so he could obviously free himself. Makes no sense. Um, the sonic boom kryptonite to Eleven's ears that makes her, it's basically like Cecil's ear fuck on Invincible. It's the same exact concept. That whole thing, that sound they were getting from Eleven's sister that we forgot about, and she's like the speaker for this fucking sick dubstep party. That's convenient. Thank God we figured that out. Now we don't have to worry about the one thing that could defeat 11. But if this sister character had the ability to make a noise that really fucked with 11, couldn't 11 and the sister character make a noise that would really fuck with Vecna? Also, why are the government just loading bullets and bullets into Vecna and the Demogorgons? And they obviously know it doesn't work. Vecna's pretty chill though. That scene where he fucking put his hand to that dude's fucking head, that was pretty sick. I'm not gonna lie, I liked that, and I liked his little villain speech to Will, basically like Thanos on Star Lord style, just being like, "I own you, bitch." That was pretty tough too. Like, you're my little bitch, wipe my ass, toilet boy. You're my little play doll. You were my first. That was pretty sick. I'm not gonna lie, I liked that. It was cool. Will used his powers, but him stopping the Demogorgons midair really just reminded me of Finn stopping the fucking, or was it even Finn? I don't fucking know. Whichever that Star Wars movie was, I think it was the seventh, the first sequel, where the dude stops the fucking laser from hitting somebody. Was that Kylo Ren? It reminded me of that. Also, it showed the three characters about to get killed by a Demogorgon. It shows Will fucking do some force push 11 moves to stop each one. How does he know one's about to kill Lucas? It's underground. He goes like, ooh, conveniently stops that one. I like the show. I really do. I hate to be hating on it so much, but there's just a lot to it that is like a little bit lazy writing, in my opinion. Like how they have full access to the property around and a radio station and a radio van. Like I understand Robin works there, but I'm not under the impression she owns that fucking place or owns the equipment or owns the property. She just is an employee who works there, right? Or she rents the space for her show. Maybe she's the owner of the show, but I don't really know. And I like Will having powers and everything, and I think it's cool that him and Robin are like connecting on their like gayness. Like I get the time period. Like I was a little like, oh, we're not supposed to be gay. What if I'm gay? Oh, how do you know you're gay? Like, all right, that's fine by me. I got really no problem with that. That's cool. But how come the power of realizing he was gay and that's okay made him have Vecna's powers? Because the powers are supposed to come from the government program thing, not self acceptance and your queer identity. Yeah, I don't know. It's good. There's just some goofy things that are just like almost a little too goofy for me to like to fuck with. And I could be getting some of these details wrong. I'm not like the most fucking like, knowledgeable Stranger Things fans. I'm probably missing a couple details that might clear some things up. But like you knew the kids were getting kidnapped by the government to protect them, but the government was also using them as bait a little bit to do what? To kill the Demogorgons? Okay. So our cast thought we're gonna fucking go under a tunnel underneath the military and fucking Shawshank Redemption style kidnap fucking 20 kids under the government's noses because we can protect them better than the fucking military can, which I guess they can because they were trying to take them out of Hawkins, which is the only way to save them. So they were right. But wouldn't for a second you be like, you know what, maybe the military actually can do this. They're actually doing something right. They're getting the kids all together. They're getting armed guards around them so they can protect them. It kind of made sense to me. I guess I didn't realize that Demogorgons are fucking absolutely bulletproof. Their skin is just made of Kelvar with kryptonite to only broken wine bottles and fucking water balloons. But the military's weapons are absolutely useless against them. But we don't know that. So I figured the military was actually this was like a bad guy doing a good thing in Stranger Things, and I was confused on why our characters were smuggling them out of the bathroom like we're trying to get past fucking ice, all to get them away from guns and train soldiers. But now I know why, because their guns literally shoot fucking airsoft bullets. I mean, it's like they're fighting the Hulk in this fucking movie. These Demogorgons are like godlike creatures until Wheeler or Nancy or fucking Dustin come up with some little doohickey that completely takes it out. Literally fucking like Adventure Time or Inspector Gadget or some shit. I don't know, dude. It's like I want to take it serious because it's like a really cool concept and a cool world they've created, and they're getting a little more violent, but then they take me right out of it by the inconsistencies of their power. And yeah, I don't know, dude. I got faith for the rest of the season. Like I said, I enjoyed bits and pieces of it, but it just is a little goofy, and it's like really hard for me to look past a little bit of the goofiness. But that's about it. Deuces.